a 2-to-1. 20 milligrams CBD, 10 milligram THC.
Okay.
Okay.
You can cut it in half. You can end up with 10 milligrams of CBD with 5 milligrams
Yes.
of THC. And then once you've got 5 milligrams, if you wanted to get another CBD product, it's all dose, right?
Yes.
It's all different for different people. Some people want very, very little CBD, very, very little THC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people want very little THC, lots of CBD.
Yes.
I mean, it's the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what other types of products do you have besides the gummies?
Well, we've got our shatter here. We make really great shatter. This is our indica dominant packaging. I don't know if I can see that in there. It's got a see-through back on it with see-through cellophane, so you can see the quality of the shatter you're getting.
It's gorgeous.
I've only ever smoked shatter one time, and let me say, I felt like I was 16 again, hacking
Really?
my lungs out, and then I didn't move off the couch for about 4 hours. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, my friend gave me way too much. Because, like, I feel like I'm a pretty functional pothead. Like,
well, it's also a concentrate, right? So you do get, it is more intense.
It's intense, yeah.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. from that, so I'm a
Disney
little
Channel all the
wary.
way.
Yeah.
Well, and good thing we know this, because when we test this product, which he
Yeah.
did give us yesterday,
Amazing.
we know to only give you a small amount.
A small amount, please. I'm just going to be, because I'd just be on the couch. Like,
Yeah.
not contributing to anything.
Yes, we would like your contribution to the review.
I really like the packaging too. I gotta say, I like that
It's
it's clear,
gorgeous.
so that you can see exactly what you're getting to, right?
Yeah, this is the photography of a friend of mine, Corey, from the Kootenays. I wish I could remember his name right now. Is his name on here? No. He does this great. This is the Goddess Pools. This is
Wow.
a waterfall. Is it Airy Creek? We take our creeks and our water very seriously in the Kootenays.
Oh, of
So
course.
this is Airy Creek, I believe, and he does great photography. He does time lapse. He does astral time lapse photography.
Wow.
That's
So this is the Dog Star Nebula. So I believe that's the Sirius would be that. So he does
Okay.
great. So all our package, everything we do, we're all about community. We
Yes.
try and create. What we're offering is the Kootenay experience, and we have a really special thing in the Kootenays. It's it's a high concentration of weirdos and
Pretty amazing weirdos. if
pretty
you ask me.
amazing weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so we try and celebrate that. So our shatter packaging is, a Kootenay artist. Our Instagram, we focus on different Kootenay artists every week.
It's an amazing Instagram
Yeah.
account. I love.
You saw
their
that, yeah.
content. It's
Instagram
beautiful.
at Kootenay Labs. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely check them out.
You
Follow
need to
them.
follow that. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite Instagram accounts, actually, I've seen.
Well, thank you very much.
You're
Thanks.
very welcome.
That's
Thank you.
my friend Devin handles that, and then we work with a good marketing team out of Toronto that's helped us, Unbound Productions, and they've helped us learn how to professionalize, because that's been a big thing. We've been in. I've been a pot person my whole life, and I'm just joking. So,
I was like, oh, it's happening again.
Like it's already happened more than once today.
yeah. My gym teacher said that to me. He's like, "So Blair, you this is in grade 11. You smoke pot, hey?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, pot these days. It's a lot stronger than it used to be. It gets to the point where it gets to the point where you have to smoke it just to be, normal.
You're like, and you're normal?
Yeah. So anyway, I can't remember what we were talking about.
How your
Damn, neither
packaging
can
and
I.
your branding and the
no, I think we
marketing.
went past that.
Were we?
Yeah, I've been in it. Yeah,
The weirdos in
the
Kootenay.
professionalization of the industry. Yeah, so it's especially when you're talking about edibles and you're talking about people are scared of edibles, right? Because
Yes.
because it's serious.
Yeah.
And so professionalizing the industry, it's taken a while to figure out how to do it, how to be it. So I was talking about Unbound Productions with our Instagram. And then that whole ethos, it's the same with the packaging. We try and represent the Kootenay artists, but we're also needing to be very professional about everything we do. Like the cooks that are making our gummies have like a really sacred responsibility to make sure that they get it right.
Yeah.
Like the reality is if you eat too much pot, you're going to be okay. You don't need to
yeah.
go to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like you need to go to the hospital. Your dog looks like it needs to go to the hospital. God forbid your kid, you know, and it happens.
Yes.
God
Yeah.
forbid. This is why we label all our gummies. It says right on it, THC.
notice that.
It says 50 milligram or 20 milligram, whatever the strength is. But that's still not going to, you got to obviously look after your kids,
Yeah.
make sure it stays away.
Yeah.
But if they do get it, God forbid, you're going to feel like shit. Your kid's going to look awful, but it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, if anything, the kid's going to have a good night's sleep when it's all over.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel like a jerk.
Yeah.
So,
And pissed that
you
they
know-
ate my gummies.
yeah. Or you might be really mad at your kid for eating your gummies, right?
I
Yeah.
was saving that for tonight.
Yeah, right.
Brad.
That was my
Brat.
Friday.
Brat. Yeah. Well, that's right. Stealing your parents' stash is a
Right.
long tradition, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll keep that secret.
So, and then this is something my mom makes. My mom, Jesus Christ, holy, that's embarrassing.
Oh.
My wife.
Oh.
This is something my wife makes.
to the wife.
It's a top. Yeah, Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
It's a topical salve. It's pain relief. We got 800 milligrams in this one. We
Okay.
do another one that has 2,400 milligrams. So 800 milligrams is equivalent of a gram of cherry oil.
Okay.
Again, whole spectrum. You put this on, your pain goes away. We could open. Is anything sore right now for you guys?
Me, not really.
Like, I'm always so sore.
Well,
I don't
here-
even know.
I mean, if you
like,
want to, I should have brought the triple
I'm
strength.
Like, you know
I meant
what?
to bring.
My neck, that crack in
Well,
my
there
neck
you
for,
go.
like,
Here,
There
try
you
it out.
go.
I'll totally try it. Yeah.
And actually, you did give me some samples of this yesterday as
Yeah,
well.
great.
And we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah, the
allow
other
her
ones are
mom to
triple
try
strengths.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
I was like, my mom
amazing.
needs something like this because she's
Yeah.
always in pain. Like
we're gonna get
arthritis,
her
she has 3
mom-
disintegrated discs. She's like,
Wow.
but her wrists are like messed.
Yeah. So we're gonna have her mom test that,
Great.
and then also the owner of the Foxy shop who has arthritis in her knee.
Oh, great. Okay.
So we're gonna get her. She has severe pain in her knees sometimes. So I think
Oh,
they're the
that smells
perfect two to
nice.
test it, and that's
Yeah.
how we're gonna review that product for you.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Smells nice too.
Yeah, there's a.
Didn't
Yeah, well,
open
because
the-
usually, like, I'm used to using, like, you know, the Rub A whatever,
Oh,
and
I
it
like
just
that.
smells like, oh, I don't even know.
There's,
It's
uh,
not
Super
good.
strong.
What's
No.
in here? It's the triple strength is fairly strong smelling. There's like 3 times as much oil in there.
But that's pain relief.
That's
mean,
right. It's
yeah.
pain relief. So there's calendula, spruce, lavender. Yeah, it's calendula, spruce, lavender infused olive oil with coconut oil, beeswax, THC oil, vitamin E, essential oils of juniper, black spruce, birch, and rosemary.
Wow.
Oh.
Very hippie.
100% organic.
100%
Yeah.
organic. Yeah. My wife's a the daughter of a back to the lander, so she knows she's learned this herbal lore. You know? Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tanya. For,
Yeah, thank you,
for
Tanya.
doing
Yeah,
this.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. She's amazing.
I love it.
So can you tell us a little bit about like why you started your company or like?
We started Kootenay Labs because we saw a big change in the industry. Cannabis has supported the local community in the Kootenays since I've lived there. I moved there in '94, I think, and when I moved there in '94, the industry had already been going on for at least 10 years. Draft dodgers moved up from Vietnam. We got a great American brain drain in the Kootenays in the Vietnam War. And so draft dodgers, and then Doukhobors live there. And the Doukhobors are a Russian sect that escaped from Russia. They're vegetarian, pacifists. They don't like to pay tax. Anyway, them and the hippies went in there and started growing pot, and it became a pot-growing area. It probably started in the 60s a little bit,
Yeah.
but by the time the 80s came around, it was an industry. By the time I got there in the 90s, it was really an industry. And pretty much more than half the people in our community are supported by cannabis. It's got to be more than half.
Wow.
It's a $1 billion industry in
Yeah.
BC, and it's us who've been doing it. And so, as legalizations, I'm really, really stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not bitter really about almost any of it. Like the way we need to make sure the little guy gets the job, but I think we will get the jobs.
Yeah.
My
Just
way
to start.
about doing that has been to start this company to try and get a seat at the table. I don't have millions of dollars, but I will either get a micro license, micro extraction license, and I'll partner up with a micro grower, or else I'll merge with an LP. And I think that's going to make a lot of work. I think there will be a lot of work. I think the government's model isn't bad. I hope craft's going to be okay. I think it will be okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we did it. We just wanted to. We realized that it's back to the professionalization. We realized that pot, and you know what? It's also good. Like, people got away with a lot of stuff growing pot in the gray black market.
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of unhealthy grow practices, and now that stuff doesn't fly anymore, and that's great.
Yeah.
In the Kootenays, we're known for quality. We've been organic farmers, but not everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like it has to be organic. I like organic, but it doesn't have to be organic. But it can't have systemic sprays. It can't have, and that's the stuff that, you know, we're all laughing at these LPs right now as they're losing, you know, these huge crops of you know, investment money.
Yeah.
But like, then that's why people use sketchy ass sprays
Yeah.
that are not good for, and we're making medicine. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of wandering, but that's why that's why we do what we do. I got a song for you, or a poem.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
You want to hear a hip hop pop poem, or you want to hear a country pop poem?
Hip hop.
Hip-hop.
Poem.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is an old poem. This comes back from a time when we couldn't sell any weed that had red hairs. The pot was all going south. All the money that was the major driving force in the industry was American, and they had these very strict standards. And you couldn't buy any weed with red hairs. So one of the strains at the time was called Cinderella, just an absolutely beautiful strain.
Yeah.
The crystal was incredible, but it was rife with red hairs. And so the guy that was buying the weed would be like, I can buy this, but I can't buy that. And you're like, yeah, but this one's nicer than that. Yeah, but it's got red hairs. He's like, yeah, but no, I can't buy it, won't buy it. And I was like, oh my God, this is just crazy. So I wrote this poem. This is back in 2010, 2000, pre-911, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, do you smoke? Oh, I'll have a sip of water. Thanks.
We got to get prepared for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get comfortable.
Yeah.
Do you smoke weed? You ever felt the need to sprout the seed that could have been bird feed or a path to the limits agreed? Flip it, kick it, roll it up, I lit it. Sitting in my pocket was a little green bud. Feeling like my head needs a little green thud. I can crumble, roll light like a cow chews cud. I think if you here tonight know what I mean, cause the scene in your eyes is a puffed out sheen. Like you've been sitting somewhere token before you hit this scene. Keep it well flush so the ash is clean. Now lots of folks out there like them bimbo colas. Blonde hair, big boobs, a bud you might call Lola. Frostier than shit. I just hope it bites like a cobra. I don't care if my weed has red hairs. I don't care if it's brown, so there. I don't even care if the crystal counted there, because the only thing that really matters to me is that the bud that I smoke helps to set me free. It has to taste nice with a smoke I can chew on. If your work's like that, roll it up and put the brew on. So many corn farmers around these parts are sick of growing crops, only get them into Walmart. So lots of green thumbs getting into the weed. They're getting clones from friends or grown straight from seed. So satisfying the market is an obvious need. Now this is where my story goes to pot, because so many kids puffing think they know a lot. They're staring at weed pornos, frosty big green cocks. But when it's time for them to lay down their dollars, they think the ganja connoisseurs, they think the kind bud scholars. The only thing these dopes are looking for is blonde hair, big boobs. They don't know there's more. Really, it's typical of a superficial culture. Don't read the book, just check out the cover. Make my sandwich big, I don't care what I waste. I need a big red tomato, who cares how it tastes? What I really need for sure is it looks stupid fat great, yo. I sure hope sometime soon the quality of buds is judged by its smoke and not just whether it's so frosty looks like it was grown and covered with coke. It should be the dance, the taste that counts most, not whether your girl is prettier than your hosts. Do you grow weed? You ever felt the need to sprout the seed that could have been bird feed or a path under the limits agreed?
Damn.
Amazing.
Oh my
Thank you.
God, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, I don't
Well,
even know how to
that's-
end this show now after that.
That was the greatest ending, I think. I blew my mind.
It blew my mind too. It just happened a couple of times already today, but
Yeah.
this is
You're
full
amazing.
mind blown.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much. Well,
so
thanks for your
much.
work. This is great. Like, you guys have put on a neat thing here. And Jose, thank you, Jose.
Oh, yeah, he's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And what nice work you done. And I hope it goes really well for you. And I,
Thank you. We hope the same for you.
yeah.
This is
And I
amazing.
hope that
look
we
forward
can
to-
keep in touch.
How do I hear
and
this? How do I find this?
So
You can find us on YouTube.
yeah, it's Hot Box
Pod
Talk.
Talks. Yes.
Hot Box Pot Talks.
Hot Box Pod Talks.
Yeah.
Hot Box Pod Talks.
Yes.
That's a great name. I like it.
This
yeah,
is Jose.
That's
Yeah, great.
Well,
If
it
you have
works.
me on
Yeah.
again, I'll tell you the creation of the original hot box and the first time anybody got stoned. Turns out the very
What?
first hot box was the first time anybody ever got stoned. Happened in the Himalaya mountains from a little shepherd boy, but that's another story.
Oh my goodness.
my
well, we're gonna have
God.
to have you back on the show if
Yeah.
you would like. And
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you so
awesome.
much, Blair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Oh, here, don't forget your stuff here.